Bust it.
Hello out there, thanks for joining us on Political Platform. As usual, we are glad that you're there to pick up all the reports we have for you. Acting President Yemi Osinbajo is back to Nigeria after a quick jump to the UK in London to see President Muhammadu Buhari. Is back now, as we have been informed by his aides, to chair the Federal Executive Council meeting scheduled for today. While he was away yesterday, the House of Representatives were moving a motion and passing in to ask him to swear in two ministers that have long been cleared. Sunday Karimi, the House member who moved the motion, says the states involved have been shortchanged over a period, and it is not in consonance with the provisions of the Constitution that the Federal Executive Council will continue to meet without representatives from the two states involved. And we have it that he is back. And in Sokoto, reports, very cheering reports coming in that Governor Audu Ogbeh is silently and quietly expanding the reach of his people to education. 54 new schools comprising of 35 new junior secondary school and 19 new secondary school built. We told you the last time, it was only in Sokoto you have a whole local government not having a secondary school, and he did promise that he was going to expand the school, increase the number of schools, and he is doing that, and it is a very good report for us who believe that those children on the streets in the north should find a place in the class. Aminu Tambuwa is setting the pace. We have the interview we promised you yesterday with Audu Ogbeh on the program this morning, and we'll be telling you, doing analysis of it, and taking a look at all the other issues we have raised. We want to thank you for always also writing to us through politicalplatform@yahoo.com, and we also have a lot to share with you. Adebayo Boduri is with me on the program this morning. Adebayo, welcome to the program.
I think it's a cheerful news coming from Sokoto, and if you look at against the background that Sokoto State is perhaps one of the states in the country where there is no discriminatory fees, where indigenes pay different fees, where not the so-called settlers and non-indigenes pay another fees. But in Sokoto, education is free, and it's free for all Nigerians who are admitted into those schools. And secondly, the visit of the acting president to London is an indication of the fact that is extreme demonstration of loyalty, and that the fact that is one presidency that is still intact.
Dr. Amici Anakwe is also here. Amici, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Hira. The acting president is due to brief the press just before the commencement of the Federal Executive Council. Maybe very soon we'll begin to harvest from the product of his visit
to the United Kingdom. I think it's very important because when you have an acting president go to visit the president, naturally Nigerians will expect that he would tell us, and everybody will verily believe the acting president if he tells us all is well. This is the state of the president, and it will douse all those rumors flying around that you really sometimes keeps everybody on the edge. Audu Ogbeh is on the platform this morning, so Audu, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Ohira. Ohira, you know that Aminu Tambuwal is one highly detribalized Nigerian, highly exposed. His early years as a lawyer were spent in Lagos, and he is one who is able to mix with all kinds of Nigerians, from all the sections of the country. And that's why I'm not surprised that he's, leading everyone, as one, not discriminating against non-indigens. And he has always been a pace setter, so I'm not surprised at what he's doing.
Mustafa Mohammed is also with us this morning. Mustafa, welcome to the program.
Thank you. You are talking of education. I think it's very good that Tambuwal has joined the 3 other governors in the north that are making waves. You have Niger, you have Bindo in Adamawa, as well as Badaru in Jigawa State, who went about renovating all school buildings before he came. Some were actually, dilapidated. I think what should follow is that they need to come up with laws at the state level criminalizing parents who will abandon their children to go and do street hawking. Virtually, some children take care of the family. The parents are lazy, not working. And of course, the almighty Al-Majiri thing. It's not Islam, it's cultural. Islam forbids begging. And then the elites who can make the laws to ban these things are just watching. We hope that will also come to an end.
Yeah, exactly where I was going to that. At least those classes, those new classrooms that are being built should have a great mobilization of the children into them. Not just building beautiful schools. We should make efforts to mobilize our children to go into those classrooms. Let's go to our mailbox, political platform at yahoo.com.
Hello and welcome to the mail segment. I am Etenikang Akepu.
And I'm Amaka Okoro. Welcome. And Shegun Banshaw from Kuje in Abuja writes on the acting president Yemi Oshibajo's visit to President Buhari. The mail reads, even though the details of the meeting between the president and the acting president remain speculative and unknown, we hope the president empowers the acting president to confront the numerous hyenas and cabals within the presidency, because the steam exhibited by the acting president during the president's last medical vacation seems to be non-existent in the past 67 days. Also, we expect him to swear in the 2 ministers who had been screened by the Senate, act on the presidential report on the SDF and NIA, and if necessary, make these vital appointments, as the government cannot function properly without substantive heads to these offices.
And on the World Population Day, Salau Sahid in Mpape, Abuja says, I am one of those that believe that Nigeria is not up to 170 million in population, because the 2006 census figure of 140 million was overinflated because the politicians in my village added to the figure, and it happened in other places just to get the number for political manipulation. We need to get our population right for efficient planning.
And Safi Yanu from Lagos State writes on Audu Ogbeh's interview on AIT. The mail reads, I have watched the interview with Mr. Audu Ogbeh on AIT yesterday. My humble opinion is that he spoke well and matured on a lot of issues put to him by Ohiria, but his outburst of leading a war if Igbos are killed in the north is unstatesmanly and unnecessary at a time when elders like him should be strengthening social capacity to prevent such avoidable killings in the first place. It is regrettable that Igbos are sometimes killed during social crisis in the north, but the Hausas too have fallen victims of killings in Igbo land on several occasions in the past. I expected Mr. Kalu, as a national leader, to waive the threat by the northern group as he did, and also to assure Nigerians that he and other northern elders he mentioned would work round the clock to make sure that social crises that sometimes lead to these avoidable killings are prevented from occurring in any part of Nigeria, rather than amplify regional tension by threatening war. And this is where we draw the curtains on today's mail segment. Do keep sending your mails to us to politicalplatform@yahoo.com.
Busted. They present the popular radio program Political Platform on the Ray Power FM network. Ray Power FM Political Platform, now on television. Keep track of the country's polity and be part of the process as they discuss and put political developments in the country into perspective. It's Ray Power Political Platform on AIT Abuja.
Thank you so much for staying with us on the platform. We'll go right away to the Audu Ogbeh interview. We'll be coming on to do the analysis of the events and all that would promoted on the program. Of course, Audu Ogbeh believes that the threat by some youths in the north is nothing that should give anybody any sleepless night, that it is not coming from those who can threaten Nigeria, and that the Igbos should go about their normal duties and just disregard them, because it is not anything that anybody should give time too. But he went on to warn that the Igbos will not continue to endure the pain of being killed at any given time, and that it is better for us to prevent such killings rather than begin to say sorry at the end of the day. Let's hear him out. Let's hear him. We'll come back to it, to the analysis to have for you after our talk with Audu Ogbeh. When you look at the face of the traders, our brothers, like you said, in Kwara Namoda, you will find the Igbo man. In Sokoto, everywhere you find them. Some of them are counting down. If you see them and you have opportunity to talk to them, what will you tell them? The Igbos who are apprehensive that a date has been given, what will you tell them?
I used to tell them, I addressed many of them. Many of them have been here to see me. Many of them came from Sokoto, many of them came from Kaduna, etc. They came privately to see me. They don't have anything.
They should stay put.
They should stay put and do their business.
This is your advice. Is it based on your own personal?
It's based on reality. Anybody that touches any Igbo man, in terms of that he should quit, the country will go into war. And I will lead the war.
If Igbos are touched?
Yes, I will lead the war. Nobody can touch Igbo because this is our country. It's true.
Maybe you also talk to the northern youths who are also our brothers. Those who
I've been talking to them. I called the secretary of Northern Youth with the chairman who is supposed to meet. We have been talking on the phone. Some of them are people I went to University of Mailbag with. So we've been talking. I'm not sure. That state is not serious. I've just told you, let Babangida sign, let Abdul Salam sign, let T.Y. Dajuma and all of them sign. We will go to our place. We have a land called Igbo land. We'll go to our place. If northern elders come today and say you people must leave, we will leave.
But you are not taking this one seriously because they are
No, it's not a serious matter because nobody should take those boys serious. I don't take them serious. I know when they don't will speak. I'm trained by the northerners. I will see their hands when they speak. The boys at all do not represent 0.5% of northerners. No. So it's not important. Mind you, all my life I've lived this area. I went to exchange program in Bariwa College. I went to school in University of Maiduguri, and I'm trained by them. I live with them. So I know when they are serious. It's not yet a serious matter. And no Igbo man should take that threat serious.
Now,
but on process, anybody kill any of our brothers, we'll go and fight back. We will not take it lightly that you will kill us and tell us sorry again. No. It's not going to be that easy.
Well, many people are talking peace. People are talking about peace. They say, let us withdraw the threats. Let us not begin to threaten each other and look at it. Because like the nation is actually, like you also so rightly said, there's a lot of hate speech and a lot of threats that is going on. How do we douse it? How do we make everybody to have a sense? Even before we begin to talk of the restructuring we are talking about, how do we live peacefully in the course of these talks?
The hatred is so much. And I think the only way we can live is to get the imams, the pastors, the reverend fathers, the bishops, and whatever you call them, the chief imams, to start preaching peace in their places. They should stop empowering the people to go and fight a non-Christian or a non-Muslim. They should stop empowering the people to fight Igbo or fight Yoruba. They should stop empowering the people to fight whoever that is not supposed to be fought for. You cannot imagine if something happened in Pakistan, they will come here and kill Igbo people or kill Southerners. It's not acceptable. That's not how to live in a union called Nigeria. If they burn a Quran somewhere in Bangladesh, they go to a market in Sokoto to kill Igbo people. That is not right. The time should be off, and that behavior should be stopped by all Nigerians. We will not take it again.
Of course, when you say we will not take it again, if this will happen, we will react, I will lead the war. It leaves so many people to be wondering, is there something to it? Is there...
No, there is nothing. But I'm just saying those things cannot happen again. It should not happen. I'm not a governor.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in 2017 people should be killing other people for nothing. I built a mosque in Umuahia, Central Mosque, which the Emir of Kano made me Garokowa Abia the day he opened the mosque. I'm a committed Catholic, but it doesn't make any meaning to me. It takes a good Christian to respect good Muslim. So we should not be killed by anybody. We can disagree but not killing us.
Are you aware that some persons don't take these things as lightly as possible? And you need to begin to talk to them. And when I say you, I mean the elders, those who believe in true Nigeria, who believe that things can go well. That some persons are actually so apprehensive, they're actually thinking, should we move away from where we are now and go to the southeast?
No, I've told them not to move. They are not moving anywhere. This is why the imams, the church leaders, everybody, they have a role to play. So let the northern elders go and talk to those youths not to kill any Igbo man. If they kill Igbo people in terms of quit notice, it might redefine the question of Nigeria. And if you kill us because you ask us to quit, then you are now asking whether anybody likes us. You are not asking us to define where we want to be. And what I'm saying is that nobody should kill us on the quit notice. We will not take it lightly. I'm telling you that, and I'm serious. I have never talked to you like this.
Yeah.
They should talk to the young people like we are talking to our own young people. The Biafran people have never killed any northerner because they don't want to see a northerner. No. They're only carrying their flag. They're only carrying their thing and shouting Biafra among themselves. If they spoil any shop, the shops they are spoiling are owned by Igbo people.
Yes.
They loot anything. The looting they are looting are owned by Igbo people. So this is the issue. You cannot say because you are giving quit notice in October 1, you go and start killing the Igbos. No, we will not take it lightly. We will ask whether it's America or France, they will define where we want to be.
Is that to suggest that there are plans to resist it if they do that?
The Igbos are not a tree. It's only a tree you say you will kill. They will look at be watching you. We are not trees.
So there are plans?
I don't know if there are plans, but I'm sure there is only a tree you will tell that you will kill, and they will ignore you.
Let me have your last take on how to get Nigeria united.
No, it's very simple. Respect the law of the place. Be equitable. Respect the view of the judiciary. Be equitable to the judiciary. Because you see, what is causing all these problems? When, no matter how an order of a court is, and a court of competent jurisdiction has given an order, obey the order and go to court of appeal. Or go to the last place to appeal. If somebody is giving you to be a Nigeria, we are not asking for many things, we Nigerians. We are only asking to give us justice, fairness, rule of law, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba. If you get you as a Doma, what you are asking for is also fairness and justice.
Yes.
If I'm driving across the traffic light, punish me like you punish A. If I'm found guilty of stealing public funds, punish me like you punish A. That's what they that is what equity. That's what we are saying. If a court of competent jurisdiction have given an order, obey that order. That is what we are saying.
Okay.
And Nigeria will find a better place to live. Make sure that you are not giving me position because I'm from this part of Nigeria or from this part of Nigeria. Give me position because I can do the job. Because the problem of Nigeria is not politics. The problem of Nigeria is economic.
Okay.
Now, until we solve that economic problem, the country will not
make some progress.
Audu Ogbeh, former governor of Abia State, talking to us and sharing his own perspectives and views on the sundry developments in Nigeria, particularly the current talk about restructuring and the ultimatum given by the some youths in the north asking the Igbos to move on October the 1st. Well, Adebayo Bodurin, we just let's quickly talk about that before we come to the other issues. We actually got a mail from somebody who watched part of the interview or the interview. And
I was wondering whether that Audu was forthright in his submissions, but that aspect of it that is
has that threat intonations.
He personally will lead the war. I don't think we should be talking about war, because if the horror that was witnessed during the Civil War is anything to go by, I think we should avoid words even like war. We should banish it in our thought. What we need as at now is for leaders like Ojikalu, like others, to really come together, provide a platform where there will be dialogue.
I think I have a problem, Adebayo Bodurin. I have a problem with the reactions of government, the security agencies,
to some of them. We have been told, privately, that the reason why the police, the DSS, they are not frontal in arresting people is that they didn't carry out those initial arrests initially, and it became like voices all over Nigeria, and they didn't know where to even begin to from. So all they needed to do is to get the acting president to lead the dialogue, lead the discussion, so that we can
which was a very right step in the right direction.
When we had the guest from that's what's his name again, the last guest who from the north who came to us, we actually played an audio tape of one Mohammed Jajere to him and told him, look, what are the Northerners doing about this threat that is circulating in Hausa all over? And nobody is, you have not heard that that man has been arrested, has been questioned, so that those who have gotten those videos will know that what he's saying does not get the support of the elders. We have not heard that elders have called him. Let them say, look, we have called him to order to say, why do you do such an audio and you are circulating it in Hausa and telling, giving all kind of instructions. And everybody, I also got it. I don't speak Hausa. I got it. I got it on my WhatsApp. Somebody sent it to me. It has been circulating, and nobody is asking questions. This is my worry, actually, that we are not taking proactive actions against those people. Very few, infinitesimal number of the number of people in the north who are just stirring the soup of trouble over, and nobody is calling them to order.
Okiria, looking at the social structure of the country and the past event, Odikalu may not totally be wrong in his submission about trying to defend the welfare of people that came from his own place. But when you look at him, like he said, he's actually a very good example, a beneficiary of one united Nigeria. Remember, even when he was at the University of Maiduguri, he lives in Professor Jibril Aminu's boys' quarters, vice chancellor's house. That's a very big privilege. He went into business in Maiduguri. He succeeded with even a house in the GRA. Now you even have Igbos whose grandparents were born in parts of the north. Then the truth of the matter is, what leads to crisis is something which we fail to address for several years. Once the elites are comfortable with their families, they don't care. You have hundreds of thousands or even millions of youth who are either uneducated, unemployable, because they don't even have skills in the street. Government have not come up with policies to pull out these children or youth from the street, because an idle man is a devil's workshop. And mind you, these crisis-ridden youth are not just restricted to the north. If you profile other rabble routers, whether as Biafras or OPCs or the Arewa youth, look into them very well. Are they educated? Are they skilled? Are they skilled? Are they employable? Are they engaged? The question is capital no. You have the National Directorate of Employment. Give them a lot of money. They have so many schemes that can bring in the youth. Tell them, when you are busy, you have investment, I'm sure you will not want any crisis to come up. And let me say this, the politicians, some politicians might be behind the various agitation, whether as Biafrans or as Arewa youth. And when we continue to talk about the Arewa or not, we should never forget the fact that there's no one north. It's not two. There's no one north. People from a particular part of the north came out to issue threats, and then we try to generalize. For example, in the northeast, people are trying to get contented with the kind of crisis they are facing. How will they want to steer another one? So let us define the problems and get solutions.
Ohira, every day I receive calls, October 1. What do you tell us, sir? And it's increasing by the day. What can I do only to reassure people?
Just like Audu Ogbeh has done.
But the security agencies have been advising people, senior government officials advising people to stay back, guaranteeing their security. But if you really check the pulse, you also realize that they need to do much more than they are doing. They really need to do more, because if people are convinced that what they are telling them is the truth, they will not go beyond.
You are very correct, because when you hear of a strategy of send the children on holidays, let there be August meeting. The husband and the wife should go and join them in August, and then after the holidays they should wait and to bring the children back to allow October 1 to pass. You know, there are strategies of
there are fears.
There are fears.
You know, I tend to align with both you and Amechi. I think that the leaders, the authorities, particularly the security agencies, should go a step further in reassure. It's not enough for politicians to come up and tell the people, oh, there is no cause for alarm, you shouldn't be afraid, and then the authorities saddled with the responsibility of giving people this assurance in concrete terms and not really doing so. I think that they should come and take certain steps that would allay the fears of anybody, whether in the north or in the south, that has any form of fear. And like Audu Ogbeh said, equity is the key word. Give everybody a sense of belonging in the project called Nigeria. Give everybody reason to believe that they are part of this country. In everything we do, let us carry every section along, and then there will be peace.
All right. You just write to us through political platform at yahoo.com. Let us know your views. Let us begin to reassure everybody and our brothers and sisters, particularly those from the southeast who are resident in every part of Nigeria, that the government is doing everything possible to be sure that we do not have any kind of crisis, and that those youths are being talked to by everybody. We just need to keep calm and go about our normal work. Let us not exacerbate the crisis by ourselves, because we knew what happened during June 12, where there was mass movement and people dying on the road. We don't need that kind of. And in fact, this threat has been quite put in this capsule, that there are just some young people who do not get the support of the real leaders of the North. And you can continue to enjoy the footages of this program. Enjoy the program if you subscribe and watch our video on our YouTube channel at AIT Political Platform. Of course, the Repower app from Google Play will keep you on the move to listen to all the programs on Repower FM, as well as listen to this program if you are not with your radio, if you are not in a particular place where you watch. Now, for those in Abuja, you can watch the program on AIT Abuja. My name is Okiri Agbonsuremi. So stay with us. Okiri Agbonsuremi here.
Bust it.